Oh, yeah.
What's funny?
You're funny.
Thank you. Welcome to another episode of Bottom of the Stream with Adam and Nick. My name is Adam.
My name's Nick. I don't know. You just gave me a look.
Did I?
Yeah, like under your eyebrows. Because that's where your eyes
Where
are.
my eyes are. I swear I keep them. I swear I've always kept them.
I thought you were looking at me because you did me dirty last week.
Did I?
Yeah.
Why?
On the video show, it looked like I had a massive belly.
Yeah, I don't know why. The camera adds like £10, but it's added like £20 to you. I don't know what's happened.
I've lost it. I don't know.
I think you look fine now. I'm just looking at your camera. You look all right.
Okay.
You've not got a massive belly.
I don't think so.
I don't know why that happened. Yeah, some of last week's video, you did look like a large man.
Anyway,
how you doing?
I'm pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah, I got hailed on today. Hailstorm.
It's been a crazy week for weather.
So that was good. I was just coming over here and it was like beautiful. Nice pink skies, sunset. It's like, there's this thing at the minute where like just the weather's shit. It rains, like biblical rain.
Yeah.
And then it gets to, I don't know, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock at night.
It's glorious.
And it's beautiful. It's like lovely.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
Don't know what's happening.
It's freezing though.
Global warming. It is cold.
Proper gone cold.
Yeah.
Winter is coming.
Sure. Someone should use that.
Yeah, it's a great tagline for a show or a film or something. Somebody should use it.
Yeah. How have you been?
I've been all right. I've been good.
Nice.
What about you? Any gossip?
Is there gossip? I feel like I did have something I wanted to tell you, but it will come back to me.
Okay,
I won't
cool.
worry about it too much.
Should I worry about it?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't anything that would. No, I'm sure there was.
Now I'm worried.
I tell you what.
What?
Oh, I am excited to talk about this movie on Thursday.
Oh, Thursday's movie?
Yeah.
Same.
Called Barely Dreaming.
Yeah.
I've found some facts today
Oh, really?
on this.
Got some factoids on
Yeah. Some stats. And I can't wait to drop them on you.
Okay. Come back on Thursday's episode for
It
that.
is a movie you can find over here on Amazon Prime.
Yep.
I will, as a tease, say you can also find it on YouTube.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's on YouTube.
For free?
Yeah.
Cool, because nobody should be paying for it.
No.
So that's good.
Yeah,
Yeah, Thursday's episode's going to be an interesting one, I think.
I think so.
One of the shortest films we've ever done.
Got hot on the heels of last week's movie.
Yeah, we've done
the
a
last Thursday show,
couple of shorts movies recently.
which was the Greek movie Cosmic Candy.
Yes. Any further thoughts on Cosmic Candy?
I think I put this in the Discord. I actually feel like I've liked it less
The more it's
the
grown
couple
on,
of days since.
I think I'm with you.
A few days since we spoke about it and recorded the episode.
I think personally we went easy on it a little bit.
I don't know if. Yeah.
I don't know why. Not easy.
Not technically, but I think it was more boring than probably
it was worse than we
got
let
across in the episode.
Yeah, I think it was worse than we let on it was.
I still think it's probably in pretty much the right place in the stream table.
Yeah.
But
So it's a burgeoning stream table. Still young.
Yeah.
Meh. It's going to be an interesting. Thursday is going to be a crazy episode. I don't even know where we even start to talk about Barely Dreaming.
No.
So come back on Thursday to listen to that episode. It won't be on YouTube, but it will be on all your podcast apps. And yeah, wherever you get your podcasts from.
Yeah.
Cool. Right.
Amazing.
What do we do first in these things usually?
I've got a question of
okay.
the week this
Question
time.
of the week.
Because we've not done one for a couple of weeks.
No, we didn't do one last week because we got roasted by an AI.
We did, yeah.
Still not quite got over it.
I detected not many lies, to be honest.
Yeah, that was true.
So, simply this week, we would like to know, would you rather there be a ding sound every time you wink or a cartoonish gun sound go off every time you shoot a finger gun?
Oh.
You can add the sound in there.
I'm just I will. If I can. A dinks. I don't feel like I shoot wink finger guns very often.
No.
I also don't feel like I wink very often.
But would you, if you had one of these sound effects?
Yeah, I do it all
You'd
the
be
time.
winking all over the place. You'd be a massive winker.
I've been called that before. Oh, that's a great question. I like that. I'm going to go wink, I think.
Yeah?
Ding. That'd be really cool.
Yeah. I quite like it.
Whenever you do something good.
Bring the wink back.
Yeah. I'd wink all over the shop. What do you think?
I think that would be more... I just think through your life...
I feel like I could use it more.
Yeah, that would probably be more acceptable than... I don't know. I mean, how often? You're right. How often do you use finger guns anyway? It feels like you'd be forcing them in there just because you know that the sound happens.
Yeah. But then I don't feel like I wink very often either. Because winking's a bit seedy, isn't it?
Cool. Yeah, I suppose so. And you got to pick your
You've
times.
got to pick your time
I
for a
guess.
wink. You can't just wink any time of the day.
I think I'd go for the ping with the wink as well.
Yeah, I think you've got to, haven't you?
Yeah.
That's a great question. I really like that.
But I do. I can. I'm trying to picture like the finger gun situation, and I like exactly.
So you've
That
done
was
something
quite.
good at
You
work.
had quite a flourish there as
Did
well.
I?
Yeah.
I'm quite an extravagant guy. That plant leaf's getting very close to your head. it's like
growing.
It's moving. It's growing. It's because I keep watering it.
Yeah.
Wink, think, please.
Okay. Good. I
Same?
think I would do the same.
Let us know if you have any difference of opinion there.
Yeah.
Cool. Right. We should probably get on with doing some news and stuff, should we?
I just feel I'd utilise it more.
Yeah, I feel like I would as well.
And I think that's all I'm going on, really.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. Let's do some news. Let's start with Netflix news.
Okay.
And let's talk about the. I feel like this movie we have been talking about for so long.
Yes, it does feel like it's been a long time coming, this one.
And we know it had a very difficult birthing process, production process.
It did.
That is Rebel Ridge.
Yep.
The latest movie from director Jeremy Saulnier.
It did. It's out there now, though, isn't it?
It is. It's there. And we've as we've said before, we've done a couple of his movies on the show,
We have.
movie show.
Early days. We haven't done any for a while, but there was a couple.
That's because he's took about 6 years to make this movie.
Yeah.
Well, I think surprisingly,
Yeah.
Netflix I presume they would have been expecting quite big things from this movie
I would imagine so.
as one of their original movies.
Yeah.
But actually, it's now been out for a week, and it is the second most viewed Netflix original movie this year in its first week.
Wow.
There was only one movie it is behind on its first week numbers.
Which is
Beverly Hills Cop Axel F.
okay. Interesting. That's good. That's good going.
Yeah. 68.2 million hours is watched for on its first weekend,
Okay.
which is pretty good.
Pretty good. Is it any good?
I've not watched it yet
Nor have I.
because I've been fascinated with something else on Netflix, which we'll get to later.
Cool.
I want to watch it I'll watch it this weekend. I have heard it's got some great reviews.
Yeah, it has been reviewing.
I presume you have not watched it
I
yet
haven't.
either.
No.
So it got more views in its first weekend than Damsel,
Wow.
which you would probably say is a bigger,
It had more marketing behind it.
yeah,
Definitely.
more accessible, more.
Yeah.
I think Netflix had more weight behind that movie,
Yeah,
for example.
definitely.
And this Rebel Ridge did basically 5 million more hours in its first
Wow.
3 days than that did.
Crazy.
Yeah, as I say, only beaten by Axel
Hills
F.
Cop.
Beverly Hills Cop. Rebel Ridge stars Aaron Pierre as Terry Richmond, a man who tries to bail out his cousin from a jail in small-town America. His bail money is seized by corrupt cops, but as an ex-Marine, he's not going to let this one go, and things escalate.
Okay. I might give it a watch over the weekend.
An action thriller.
Sounds good.
Feast for your eyes.
Jeremy Saulnier has never really let us down before.
Green Room's great.
Green Room is great. Very underrated movie.
Yeah.
Murder Party, not so much.
Yeah, but that was the
okay.
first one.
That was his first one. Oh, The Dark's great.
Tense.
Tense.
I
Okay.
definitely will check it out.
If anybody has checked it out, let us know what you thought.
Let's go on to another up-and-coming filmmaker
Okay.
like Jeremy Saulnier with a reputation of being in some fantastic movies
Yeah.
and also Hubie Halloween, and that is Adam Sandler. So Netflix has now confirmed Happy Gilmore 2 has started production.
Wow.
We
That's massive.
were pretty sure this was happening.
Yeah, we rumoured it a while back, didn't we?
Yes, but it's underway. They posted on Twitter this week some shots of a load of Happy Gilmore Boston Bruins jerseys in the wardrobe department.
Okay.
So it's all underway. all we really know about it is that the plot surrounds Happy Gilmore's return to golf as he joins the PGA Seniors Tour.
Right, okay, so Veterans League.
Yeah.
How old is Happy Gilmore? It's
I
gotta be...
think it's 96.
Okay, so nearly 30 years ago.
Yeah,
Wow.
I think. Christopher McDonald is returning as Shooter McGavin.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was him who kind of revealed that this was happening a few months ago when he said that Adam Sandler had sent him a script.
Yeah.
Benny Safdie has got a role in it as well.
Has he really?
Yeah.
They're everywhere at the minute, those two.
They
aren't
love working together, the
They do.
Safdies and Adam Sandler. Travis Kelce has also got a cameo in the movie.
Wow.
And it will be directed by Kyle Nowacek. It's his first movie, but he has directed multiple episodes of What We Do in the Shadows.
Oh, right, okay. It's got comedy chops.
No idea on release date or anything like that. They've literally started this week.
End of next year.
Yeah.
Got to be, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Roughly.
A year or so.
Year or so.
Yeah.
End of next year. Cool.
Happy Gilmore is...
I don't mind Happy Gilmore.
Yeah.
Even I'm not a big comedy guy, and I don't like Adam Sandler, but even I think Happy Gilmore.
I mean, with the caveat, I've not watched it for many years.
True.
But,
Probably since it came out.
oh, I know. I used to watch it a lot.
I've definitely only seen it once.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. That for you, that's fine for a comedy.
It's better than nothing.
So, a sly cancellation next
Right.
by Netflix,
Okay.
which they have not confirmed. But news has come from Brandon Routh.
Oh, right.
You know, he used to be
He
Superman.
did used to be Superman for a
And
little while.
What else has he been in? Stuff. Scott Pilgrim was in that.
Was he?
I can't remember.
Don't know.
Not sure.
He definitely was.
I feel like he might have been. But he was talking to Collider this week in an interview for his new movie, which is called Ick.
Okay.
And he revealed, when asked about the status of an upcoming Netflix animated series, Magic the Gathering.
Yep.
Pretty big property, isn't it?
Huge property in the geek world.
He basically said that, as far as he's aware, that project is no longer moving forward.
Oh.
Which is really interesting because his full quote says, "I'm not sure. I did do a voice for it."
Right.
As far as I understand, no one's put out a press release about it, but I've heard it's not happening. To me, it's old news, and I'm not sure why it's resurfacing. Probably because no one said it's cancelled.
Nobody said it's not happening until you've just said it.
He was set to voice Gideon Jura, one of the card game's most famous heroes. And as I say, he says he had recorded a lot, if not all of it, for his role.
Okay. He was in Scott Pilgrim vs. the World.
I thought so. No word from Netflix on that.
How strange.
But it appears it may have been quietly shelved.
Right.
It
That's
was
surprising.
going to be produced by the Russo. Well, it was being produced by the Russo brothers as well.
That's surprising because that is like a big deal in the nerd world.
Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody will pick it up, surely.
Well, we'll see.
Or maybe there's something else
Maybe
in the
Netflix
world.
will just go back to it.
Yeah,
in a
maybe.
couple of years.
If the voice
Someone's
is
just
there.
left it on the shelf somewhere.
Yeah, somebody's forgotten.
So like someone's like an office space. Someone's just moved departments and forgot to take it with them.
Yeah, it's just under somebody's desk somewhere.
Although we did again report previously, didn't they have reshuffled and restructured animation
They have.
several times.
They've ditched quite a
over
lot
at
of
Netflix.
animation projects as well, haven't
Yeah. But that's one that's, like I say, not had an official cancellation.
they?
Okay, I mean, pretty light week for Netflix news,
Right.
but we'll move on.
That's it.
That's it for Netflix news.
Right, okay.
But there's plenty of other stuff, don't you worry.
I wasn't worried.
How do you feel about potentially adding a new streaming service to your quiver?
There's a lot of streaming services.
There is, yes.
There is a lot of streaming services. I'm not against it. What we got? What's the option?
What if it was a horror streaming service?
There is a
already
horror.
some of them out
there
there.
should have
There
something
is.
out there.
What about Cranked Up TV?
Cranked Up TV.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which will be the streaming service of Cranked Up Films,
Right.
who are a genre filmmaking studio. And from later this autumn, you will be able to sign up to Cranked Up TV. It will debut a catalogue of horrors, including exclusive and original content and programming, and original movies, including, I don't know anything about these movies, I just like some of the titles.
Okay.
Nightmare Cinema,
Sounds fun.
Extraordinary, the Fresh Hell Trilogy,
Nice.
and plenty more.
Nightmare Cinema would have been a good alternative name for this podcast.
Yes, it would, actually.
No.
The Exorcism of St. Patrick,
Okay.
Wolves Against the World.
Sounds fun.
Got to be a werewolf movie,
It's got to
surely.
be a werewolf movie.
And Dead Teenagers
That's
will
a great name for a film.
will all be available.
That reminds me of, do you remember All My Friends Are Dead?
Yes.
Our by far most downloaded episode
Yes.
of this podcast. That gives me that vibe.
Scott Donnelly is the CEO of Cranked Up Films, and he said, "We are excited to offer alternatives to the existing streaming services by providing horror fans access to more exciting content.
Okay.
We look forward to growing our brand to horror enthusiasts and providing independent filmmakers a home."
Oh. That's always a good thing to give independent film a home. Does it say how much it's going to be?
Not yet.
Okay.
Or an exact date of launch,
Right.
other than autumn, which could be any time from now.
Till Christmas.
Yeah. So,
The winter starts a few days before Christmas, doesn't it, officially?
yeah, I think so. I'm sure we'll let you know.
If we hear of
as
it, we will let you know.
Someone who's been he must need some seasickness tablets for the amount of like revolving doors he's been through at Marvel is Destin Daniel Cretton,
Okay, yeah, he just seems to be in and out of there a lot.
the director of the Shang-Chi movie.
Yeah.
He was then going to direct, I think, the first next Avengers
Yes,
movie,
he
the
was,
Kang one.
yeah.
That's obviously not happening, and we're going to come back to Kang later on, just
Nice.
as a tease.
Tease, I love a tease.
Deadline is now reporting that he is the hot favourite to direct for Marvel the 4th Spider-Man movie.
Oh, okay.
And they also report that Tom Holland and Zendaya are currently in talks to seal a deal for their return
Right.
to the franchise.
That'll happen. Tom Holland loves playing that
Didn't
part.
she lose her memory?
Yeah,
Didn't
she
they
did,
wipe
didn't
her
she?
memory? Anyway,
That doesn't, you can get around, fix that.
yeah, of course. Cretton is currently still working with Marvel. He is finishing up work on the upcoming Wonder Man series,
Okay.
which will hit Disney Plus sometime
Sometime,
in the future.
at some point.
So, I mean, nice that they're keeping him busy, I
Yes,
guess.
absolutely.
Is that a downgrade? I don't know. Avengers
No.
to Spider-Man, that feels like a bit of a sideways move, really.
Yeah, Spider-Man's like a huge franchise.
Yeah.
That's not a downgrade.
When is Tom Holland too old to play
When?
Spider-Man? Or did you just keep going? We've never tracked a Spider-Man through.
No, true. Did
Do
you get like
that.
a elderly Spider-Man?
Oh, well, maybe if you want.
Tom Holland's
Pass it on to someone.
still in his 20s, isn't he? He's not
Yeah.
30 yet.
Well, he's not exactly old looking, is he?
No, exactly. He still looks like a child as well.
Tobey Maguire didn't start Spider-Man till he was in his 30s.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
don't know.
Nah, Tom Holland's got years left. If he wants to keep doing it, which I'm sure he does because he loves it.
He could do with a hit, couldn't he? Anyway.
It's been a while.
So, brand movies.
Brand movies?
Yeah, we've had recently, haven't we? Unfrosted,
Great film.
which we loved
Loved
on Netflix.
Yeah.
Really underrated if you want to go and check that out. I mean, it's crazy,
Really good fun.
but it's really fun.
Yeah.
Flaming Hot.
Yes.
I think that's on Disney Plus.
Yes, I've
about
not seen that one.
the Cheetos. Well, how about would you be interested if I said Steven Spielberg and Judd Apatow are teaming up
Might
to
be
do a
interesting.
movie about the cola wars
Oh, okay.
between Pepsi and Coca-Cola?
How has that not already been done?
Yeah, it's a good question.
Because it feels like that war's been going on for 70, 80 years probably.
Yeah.
How has nobody ever
But it was
done
really hot stuff in like the 80s,
Yeah,
wasn't
it was.
And
It was
90s.
huge.
Yeah, Spielberg is lined up to produce. Apatow is lined up to direct. Sony has got them on board to develop this. Empire magazine reports that this will focus on Pepsi's efforts to dethrone Coke as the kings of cola in the late 70s and 1980s.
Okay.
That'll be like when... which one was Michael Jackson advertising when he got set on fire?
Pepsi.
Yeah. This is all that sort of time period, isn't
Yeah.
it? Interesting. Yeah.
You could have his nephew play him in that film.
Oh yeah, you could do, couldn't you? Yeah. New Coke. That was
Do
the
you remember
thing,
New
wasn't
Coke? Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember Tab Clear?
I do. Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah. That would be big news
If that's done well, that
that
could be really
happens.
good. You've got to do it. We've got to do it tongue in cheek.
Who will play Coke and who will play Pepsi?
It's a great question.
That's what I want to know.
Who do you see as like personified Coke?
God knows. Who is a personification of Coca-Cola? Michael Keaton Douglas.
Michael Keaton Douglas. And then Michael Douglas as Pepsi.
Yes. Print it.
Sorted, done.
No, or would it have to be the other way around? Because Michael Douglas is a bit older, whereas Pepsi would be the newer kid on the block. And we might have to de-age them. But that's fine. Well, no, they could just be the two old execs.
Yeah, why not?
Or they could just voice the bubbles.
The voice of the bubbles.
Yeah.
That's like the last credit, isn't it? Like and finally the voice of the bubbles,
Yeah.
Michael Keaton. Michael Keaton Douglas and Michael Douglas.
Yeah. We've got to get them in a movie together.
100%.
I'm saying like we've got the power to do that, but that needs to happen.
We've said stuff on this show before that's then gone on to
That's
happen.
true, that's
so
true.
we have got some sort of power
willed
to
it into
the
existence. Did you? I mean, this isn't the first time this happened, but I feel like the world is now old enough
Right.
that we are remaking remakes.
Right. Okay, good.
Because Deadline is reporting that Michael B. Jordan has signed up to direct and star in a remake of the Thomas Crown Affair,
Right.
which was a movie in the mid to late 90s with Pierce Brosnan and Rene Russo, which in itself was a remake of the 1960s movie, which I think was Steve McQueen.
Sounds right.
Yeah.
I'll take your word for it.
Yes, this would be Jordan's directorial follow-up to Creed 3.
Right.
And he has signed on for Amazon MGM,
Okay.
who are saying that they are eyeing up a cinematic release for this. The 1999 version was Pierce Brosnan. He played a rich playboy who enjoyed stealing art for a hobby, but met his match in an insurance investigator played by Rene Russo. They quickly fall for each other. The original 1968 movie paired Steve McQueen and Faye Dunaway.
Good knowledge.
I just read that.
No, but you knew Steve McQueen was in
I
it before
did,
you.
yeah. That's true.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Cool.
I can think... I've definitely seen the Pierce Brosnan one.
I haven't.
I've not seen the Steve McQueen one. It's all heisty and
Yeah. I don't think
running
I've seen
around
it anyway.
galleries and
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I haven't seen it.
cool music and... Sure.
Sure.
Michael B. Jordan. That feels like safe hands.
Yeah,
He'd
why
do a
not?
good job of that.
Of course he will.
Should we go a bit random?
Yes.
So, I'm claiming this one because he has been in movies.
Right.
This week. And it might be said that this man's music has saved lives.
Right.
But this week, actor and musician Jon Bon Jovi actually saved a woman's life
Oh, really?
as he talked her out of jumping from a bridge in Nashville.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good for him.
He happened to be on site shooting a documentary when they saw this woman.
Really?
Yeah. Over the edge of the Siegenthaler pedestrian bridge in Nashville. You can even find the video recorded by the police, who were also in attendance. And it shows Jon Bon Jovi and another individual approaching the woman, talk to her, and after a minute or so, he walks round to her side and helps her back onto the pedestrian walkway.
Wow.
After that, he embraces the woman and then leaves the bridge with her.
Oh.
So,
Wonder where they went.
I presume to the...
Police.
Yeah.
Good for him. How old's Jon Bon Jovi?
Not all heroes wear capes.
No.
I don't know how old he is.
Do you want to have
He
a guess?
is... What I do know is that he is the father-in-law of old Stranger Things.
He is the father-in-law of Old Stranger
Old
Things.
Millie Bobby
I
Brown.
love that that's her nickname that we have for her. Can I have a guess at his age?
Okay, I'm going to say Jon Bon Jovi is 66.
62.
Really?
Yeah. Not that old. I thought he would be older.
Yeah.
Looking great for it as well.
I'd give him a bit more than that.
Yeah, he is. She married his son, didn't she?
Yeah.
Don't know his name.
I'm trying to think. What is his son's name? I don't know. No, I'm not sure.
I can only think
Don.
of Zowie Bowie, and that's not it.
It's Don.
Don Bon Jovi.
Yeah. Jon Bon Jovi Jr.
Jake Bon Jovi.
Okay.
Shit, yeah, he married old Stranger Things.
Yeah. That must be do you know that's a weird Sunday dinner table?
Yeah. It is a weird Sunday dinner table.
Like, she's talking about strange things and he's talking about giving love a bad name. I don't know.
I can think of a weirder one, but I can't tell you it on the podcast.
Okay,
I'll have
fine.
to tell you afterwards.
Tell me later.
Okay.
That's just made me think of the rejected question of the week for this week, which I think we might just do.
We'll just do it in the Discord.
Yeah, actually, it's not a bad idea for a bonus episode. We'll just do some
Bottom of the stream after dark.
questions of the week, but
They're a bit more dark.
I'm
and
not
a bit
comfortable
more,
being
yeah.
on camera answering.
Agreed. Maybe we just only do them in person meetups.
Yeah, maybe. Okay. Good. Anyway.
Such a fucking horrible question. If you want to know what it was, come to the Discord and we'll put it in there at some point.
Sure. I wasn't sure whether to include this piece of news to give this person some airtime.
Okay.
But I kind of feel it is so like Schadenfreude
Right.
that
Great word.
I can't resist mentioning it. And that is to talk a bit about Jonathan Majors,
Ugh.
who obviously was kicked out of the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yep.
He was going to be Kang. He has been Kang in various movies and TV shows.
Not anymore.
Yeah, he was convicted of assault
Yeah.
of his girlfriend at the time. And the other reason I wanted to use this story because it involves our favourite city in America.
Right.
Because Jonathan Majors has announced that he will be signing autographs at a monster movie convention in
Right.
October
Okay.
in King of Prussia.
Okay. How does King of Prussia keep turning up on this show?
And the name of the convention is Famous Monsters.
No way.
Yeah, way. Who's told him this is a good idea?
That's fucking brilliant.
I mean, goddamn. I don't think I need to say any more.
No, that's excellent.
I will say that if you wanted an autograph,
That's got to be intentional. It's got to
you
be.
don't want that. Why do you want that?
No,
from
not
him?
by him, but by them. And he's just not realised.
Well, he's not the first person, and he's not like. I presume it's a.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, it was already a thing
It's a
that
thing.
he's $140 for an autograph from him.
Fuck off.
You want a photograph?
Yeah.
$160.
No way. What about if you want to get punched? Allegedly. I don't know if I have to say allegedly, but I'm going to say it anyway.
He's Andy Serkis is there.
Okay.
It's only $100 for his autograph.
All day, every day. I'd have two.
Also there, if you're in King of Prussia,
Yeah.
you might be. We've
You
been
could
there.
go to the mall.
Yeah.
We've been there.
I suspect this might be where this is.
Yeah,
George
probably.
Takei,
All right.
he'll be there. Kiss drummer Peter Criss. Kane Hodder will be there.
I was going to
Jason
say
Voorhees.
these guys are
He
not
was in-
monsters. He's a monster.
He was in
Yeah,
Frozen.
he was
that
in
we
Frozen
watched
a
a
few
couple of
weeks
weeks ago. Tyler Main played
Yeah.
Michael Myers. And several others.
Oh, I mean, I bet it's a really good convention. I really can't wait for the pictures of Jonathan Majors just sitting there with nobody in his queue.
No, just a massive
Just
banner.
with a monster.
Famous monster just above his head.
With nobody in the queue in front of him. Wow.
It's one of them you could not make up.
You couldn't write that. You definitely couldn't write that.
You just couldn't. Famous Monsters Fest.
But a good festival, of it.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, there's one more piece of news.
Okay.
It's a sad piece of news.
Okay.
And that is the passing of bona fide legend
Yep.
James Earl Jones
Terrible news.
at the age of 93.
93.
What a life this guy had.
100%. Incredible.
Just absolutely indelible. This guy's voice. And actually an underrated actor.
Yeah, 100%. What a voice as well, though.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Just, yeah, it's just one of those guys who like, no, he's just always
He's just always been there.
in
He's
things
just, yeah.
and around.
Yeah.
And
now he's not going to be anymore. That's a real shame.
Yeah.
Been on this show.
He has. And Finder's Fee
Yes.
was the movie we saw him in.
Proper little weird curio of a film.
He was great in it.
He was great in it. It's a strange
It was
film.
the best
but he
thing
was
in
great
it.
in it.
And
Well,
he
that
just,
was hard.
no, but he just turned up and he just,
acted his socks off.
yeah. I mean, we don't need to say, Darth Vader,
No.
Mufasa, Field of Dreams. Take your pick.
Oh, I forgot about Field of Dreams. That's a great film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mark Hamill tweeted,
Yep.
R.I.P. Dad.
That's fair.
So there you go.
I love Mark Hamill.
Yeah.
He's so very random. There was a picture of him he was sitting next to Stephen King at some award show not long ago, and he was just like, he looked really excited that he was sitting next to Stephen King. He's just pointing at him in this photo.
I did read this week. How much do you think James Earl Jones got paid for doing the voice of Darth Vader in the first Star Wars film?
A lot.
So
less
this is
than
like
you would
before
imagine.
it became a huge thing, and he's made billions off it, and
Not a lot. I don't know, but not a lot.
$7,000.
Wow.
And he didn't take a credit
He doesn't take a credit.
because he wanted Dave Prowse,
Yeah.
the guy in the suit,
To be credited.
have the credit as Darth Vader.
Wow.
So,
That's crazy. $7,000.
unbelievable.
Yeah. that
He
is
was
unbelievable.
also one of the very few people to be an EGOT winner.
Oh, was he?
Remember when we talked about
Yeah, yeah.
EGOTs?
Emmy,
Grammy.
Grammy, Oscar, Tony.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was about 24
Yeah, there
people,
wasn't many.
something like that.
There wasn't many.
So, yeah.
Crazy. Rest
Brilliant.
in peace, James Earl Jones.
Yes, indeed.
Any more news?
That's all the news.
Have you watched anything good at the top of the stream?
I've watched a whole series of something on Netflix. We were saying like, I haven't watched anything on Netflix for ages.
Yeah, neither of us had.
And
I still haven't.
I think this has come onto my algorithms because there is a new series of this thing.
Right.
But we have started with series 1. Because Netflix does that weird thing where if you start a show, a scripted show, it starts at season 1.
Yeah.
But if it's a documentary or a reality show,
It starts at the
the latest season. I don't understand this.
No, I don't get it.
If I cared enough, I might write something to Netflix. But
I want to
so
start
do
from
watch
the
out
beginning.
for that.
Yeah, because it's difficult to know where you're starting from.
Yes. Anyway,
That's caught me out.
This is a reality show, and it's Outlast.
I've never heard of it.
I
Tell me
think I
more.
kind of had, and I think it has been quite reasonably heavily promoted by Netflix.
Okay.
But as I say, seen the trailer for the new series. Oh yeah, that looks all right. Started season 1, watched it all in about 4 nights.
Okay.
Outlast is a reality survival show
Right.
where 16 people,
Yep.
that Netflix brands them as lone wolves,
Right.
are dropped in Alaska
Okay.
and they have to survive. There are only a couple of rules.
Right.
It's basically whoever survives the longest wins,
Okay.
but to win, you have to be in a team.
Okay.
So
You don't start in a team.
they put themselves into teams.
Right. Okay.
And they have to end in a team to win.
But it doesn't have to necessarily be the team you started in.
Correct.
Okay.
So they split into teams, and basically, first few episodes, they're all, they're trying to find water, practicing hunting. There's a couple of tasks to.
Are these like skilled survivalists, or
It's a bit of a mix. There are some very, people that you would certainly call outdoors men and women,
right?
and then some of them are just like, I gave up my job as a computer programmer because I wanted to do something totally different.
Not the sort of people that would jump off a ski lift, right, if it was too high.
No, probably not. And yeah, so it starts off. Yes, we work together, hunting, fishing, make our shelter, all this sort of thing. But halfway through, once they've been there a couple of weeks, some people have left, but numbers aren't dwindling very much. So they start like setting fire to each other's sleeping bags and stuff, and like ripping
Really?
shelters down, and
It's
like
Lord of the Flies.
yeah, 100%.
Wow.
People just start going crazy. And just like, I mean, it's typically Netflix, American.
Yeah.
You know, you get to the end of the episode, cut off halfway through something that seems really dramatic and then is immediately resolved.
Yeah, isn't
you know
isn't
the
dramatic
formula.
until I do.
Very antagonistic. Some of the people in it deliberately, you know, but just slick.
Yeah.
Just really like pulpy, easy watch. So yeah, we'll go back to season 2.
How many episodes?
8.
Okay, easy to do
Yeah.
then. Okay, I might give it a go myself. Sounds good.
Yeah.
You sound like you really enjoyed it.
I did enjoy it. Yeah.
Cool. And season 2's just come out, has it?
Yes.
Sweet.
So we'll start that as well. How about you? What have you watched?
I've watched 2 films. I went to the cinema last Friday. I think I mentioned it last week. I went to see Beetlejuice.
Okay.
I sat in the cinema.
Yes.
In a quite packed cinema. There was a lot of people there. And before it even started, I thought there's a potential here I'm going to see my first 10 out of 10 film this year.
Okay.
So I went in with high expectations and I didn't come out excited.
Had you built it up too much?
Is
this
this
on you or is it on Tim Burton?
It might be both. I genuinely do think I did build it up too much, but this is a sequel to Beetlejuice.
Yes.
I should be building that up in my head.
Yes.
I didn't enjoy the first hour.
Okay.
It didn't become Beetlejuice till about an hour in.
Right.
And then once it became Beetlejuice, it was good.
Yeah.
But the first hour is angsty teen
It's long,
drama.
isn't it?
Yeah, it is long. It's longer than Beetlejuice. It's
But this is like 2 and 10 minutes.
No,
I'm sure it's 2
not
hours,
long.
isn't it?
Just under
Sure
2
it is.
hours, I think. I think it's
Okay.
150, something
Right.
like that. Jenna Ortega's character is very unnecessary.
Right.
And that's the character that spoiled it for me.
Okay.
Because parts of the first hour became an angsty teen drama. And it wasn't what I was looking for from Beetlejuice. We followed humans, not ghosts, which doesn't work for me. It didn't follow the right format to be a Beetlejuice movie for me, and I didn't enjoy it.
Do you know what? I've not actually seen or orbited or taken in reviews, so I don't really know how it's been perceived.
Mid-range.
Generally.
I went 7 in the end.
Okay.
For me, when I go into a film, every film starts at 7.
Yeah.
And then you work down or you work up. But I always, for some reason in my head, I always start at a 7. And this one just stayed there. It was just middling for me. I didn't think anybody was particularly good in it except for Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
And he isn't on screen enough to make it better.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Am I making sense?
Yes, you are.
Okay, good. They killed off one of the characters from the first film because he's a bad boy in real life now.
Okay.
He's been cancelled, so he can't be in it. But then they make that joke that he's not in it quite a few times.
Okay.
And then he is in it, but it's not a spoiler to say he's been eaten by a shark, so only the bottom half of him is in it. And I don't know, it just didn't work.
Okay.
It didn't work. I don't know why.
Should we have left it alone? Should we?
Yeah, I think we probably should. There wasn't... It didn't feel very Beetlejuicy. That's all I can say on it. Obviously, Alec Baldwin's not in it.
Yeah.
Gina Davis isn't in it.
Yeah.
So that kind of didn't... They get mentioned once, and I'm like...
Because they were all living happily together at the end.
Yeah,
of the
so
first one.
apparently they found a loophole, which means they can move on to the afterlife.
Okay.
That's how
Happened
that
off
was.
screen.
That's how that was explained. That why they're not in it anymore. They went back to the house, but it didn't feel like it was the same house. It definitely wasn't the same house. And even Catherine O'Hara's not great in it. It's just my opinion. I don't think it was that great.
It's fine.
And it's a shame because it could have been brilliant.
Yeah.
And then
look, you know my thoughts on Tim Burton. I think he's the absolute definition of a coaster. Just
as much as I hate to admit it,
for many years.
For many years, you are right. He has been and is. But there are classics under his name, but there haven't been any for too long now.
Yeah. Probably Big Fish was the last good film he did. Or something like that.
Yeah, and that's 20 odd years old.
Maybe.
That was 2003 Big Fish.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Big Fish is a fantastic film. But yeah, you're right. That might be the last good Tim Burton film. And that's 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Talking of bad directors.
Yes?
I then went on Saturday night and watched Trap, which is M. Night Shyamalan.
Oh, yeah. Is this Josh Hartnett?
Josh Hartnett.
Yeah.
M. Night Shyamalan's new movie with Josh Hartnett. Josh Hartnett plays a serial killer.
Yes.
Who has taken his daughter, who doesn't know he's a serial killer, to a concert of a Taylor Swift type
Sure.
proportions. Played by Jim Halloran's daughter,
Yeah.
who is a singer. When he gets there, he realizes there's a heightened security presence at this concert, and he befriends a merch seller. And he asks the merch seller what's going on with all these cops, and they're saying that he says to him, the cops have found out that this serial killer that the police have been looking for years is going to be at this concert. And so they've set this trap to catch him whilst he's there.
Say what you want about it. I don't know what you're going to say about it. It's a great concept.
It's a great concept because by the time he realizes he's in a trap, he's in a trap.
Yeah.
I don't like M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah.
This is fantastic.
Awesome.
I really enjoyed this movie. I thought it was really good. It was tense. There was quite dramatic when you didn't know what he was going to do.
Yeah.
You are following the bad guy all the way through the movie,
Sure.
which is unusual. But yeah, the things he gets up to get out, and then how they track him down and things like that. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a really good film.
It has piqued my interest.
I don't think it ever said that about a Shyamalan film before.
Yeah.
There's a couple I enjoy. They're okay. But I think this is his best. Certainly for a very long time.
I don't think you would have thought when you went to the cinema last week you'd enjoy that one more than Beetlejuice.
No, 100%. 100%.
Ah.
I rated it higher.
Strange what happens in life.
I rated it higher. Yeah, because Tim Burton's one of my favourite directors, and Shyamalan's my least favourite director. So it should be completely the other way around. But I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a really good film. I'd recommend. It's a perfect Saturday night pizza and a mag movie. You don't have to think about it too much.
Sure.
You just the majority of it is at this gig, and then the last half an hour isn't, and it kind of just worked. There's something about it just really worked for me. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was great.
Love it.
That's it though. I think that's all I've been watching. I'm going to start the new season of Only Murders in the Buildings on.
I've seen the trailer and I was aware it had started in the States. So I hadn't noticed
going
it
to
was
start
on
that at some point. But I'm going on holiday. We should probably mention this.
Oh yeah, we did. We should have said that at the
Probably
start.
should have said this at the start. There isn't going to be any.
We'll say at the end as well.
We'll say at the end as well, but there aren't going to be any episodes next week because I'm away for a week.
Yeah.
So we can't record them and we can't edit them and whatever. So we're having a mid-season break.
Sure. For about a month. And then I'm going on holiday.
So
but we'll get to that.
We'll get to
next month.
So I'm away for a week. So there won't, after this week, these 2 episodes this week, there won't be any episodes next week. And then we'll be back to normal
for a month.
And then Nick's going away for 2 weeks.
Yeah, but
we'll figure something out.
This is more of an off-mic conversation.
Yeah. We can figure something out.
I think we might get some stuff in the can.
We won't leave you without episodes
for while I'm away.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
We can figure something out.
Cool.
Sweet. Right. Shall we do Caught in the Net?
Let's do it.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay, let's do Caught in the Net.
Sure.
And then we'll see where we're at time-wise, and then we'll get out of here. What did we catch in the net this week?
This week. Last week, it was your turn to choose a game.
Caught in the Net is our games feature. So
yes,
we're traditionally a movie review podcast.
Of course.
Netflix do games.
They do.
So we therefore do games. So every week we pick a game, we both play it for a bit, we see how it is, and then we put it in our stream table. Games table.
Yeah, and it was your turn this week, and you chose Shatter Remastered.
Shatter Remastered.
Have I got the title name?
You have, indeed.
Title correct?
I think it's called Shatter Deluxe Remastered or something like that, in fact.
That's too many extra words.
Well, I think Shatter Deluxe was the game.
Yes.
And now that's been remastered. So I think it's Shatter Deluxe Remastered.
It's kind of like a block shooter.
Breakout. It's basically a Breakout ripoff of the modern day.
Yeah.
Did you play it?
I did play it.
Did you think of it?
Did I think of it?
No.
Sometimes. Usually when I was playing it, I thought of it.
Oh, I must play that game. What did you think of it?
I didn't really like it.
Did you not?
No.
Okay, that's interesting.
I just found it a bit
boring.
Yeah,
it's
slow.
a little bit.
And I'm not against this sort of game, but it was like boring and slow. And then you got to blow the ball back towards the blocks.
Yeah.
And I didn't really...
You took the difficulty away a little.
I didn't really like the power-ups you got, and I didn't think the graphics were that great.
It's like you're saying this all out of my mouth. I completely agree with you.
I was a bit disappointed.
Yeah, I agree. How much did you do? Because there's a story mode with absolutely no story.
No. I did the first world.
Yep.
And I did some of the second world.
Okay, I've done 3 worlds altogether.
Well done.
So I did tonight, before you got here, I did about half an hour, and I actually quite got into it.
Okay.
But that's only because I had nothing else to do. But yeah, I don't know. It just didn't really. It wasn't what I was expecting. I like the breakout.
Yeah,
games.
I quite like a time killer game, but I just didn't feel like enough was evolving.
Did you get to the circular levels?
Yes.
They were so frustrating.
Yeah.
They really annoyed me. I didn't like them.
And I didn't even feel like it didn't even like ping around and be spectacular.
Yeah, because sometimes on those breakout games you get through a gap and then it just but it doesn't do that.
It was kind of like this loose thing that you were a little spaceship moving around this like
there was
space station-y thing.
It got story mode, but there was no story there.
I didn't. It didn't grab me.
Agreed.
I must say,
not for me. Right, should we put it in our?
It's a not to recommend for me.
Not to recommend.
Yeah.
Same. It was fine, but it wasn't as good as it could have been.
Yeah.
Where does it go in our Caught in the Net stream table?
It's pretty low down for me.
The stream table will be here on the screen right now, so I don't need to read it. Then again, there's people who are listening and not watching. If you're listening and not watching, fuck you. I'll go from the bottom.
Okay.
You tell me when to stop. Number 12 was Death's Door. Number 11 is Kentucky Route Zero. Number 10 is Into the Dead 2.
Stop.
You think it's worse than the Love Is Blind Netflix stuff?
Yeah, I can nearly. I pretty much finished Love Is Blind Netflix stuff. If you wanted it higher, I don't mind.
It has to be higher than that, does it not?
Put it above Love Is Blind Netflix.
You sure?
Yeah, that's fine. I'll let you have that.
Wait, that was the.
We said if it was your game, you get
the deciding vote.
Yeah.
Deal. 9th out of 13.
Okay.
Have you got a game for next week?
I have.
There's pressure on this.
So you're gonna have a couple of weeks.
You're gonna have a couple of weeks, and I get to play it while I'm on holiday.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's better be entertaining.
So.
I've got a plane journey to do. I've got sitting around in hotels and
so
things, sitting at the pool.
I thought we might want something that's a bit more, maybe a bit more in depth.
Okay.
So I was having a look at more sort of worldy. There was a couple that looked like a version of SimCity or something like that.
Okay, like world building type.
Yeah.
Things. Okay.
But then I slightly shifted gear.
Right.
Because the meta-ness of this game appealed to me.
Right.
Because
meta-ness, is that a word?
Yeah, well, it is now. It's a game.
Yep.
We are going to review the game.
Right.
And it is a game about making games.
Okay.
So I have chosen for you to take away, and we'll come back and talk about in 2 weeks' time, Game Dev Tycoon.
Game Dev Tycoon. I used to love the Tycoon games. Do you remember like Roller Coaster Tycoon and things?
Yes. So we are going to play that, in which you can attempt to build your game's development business from scratch into a empire, multi-million, billion-dollar thing.
Okay, interesting.
So that's what we're going to have a go at.
That's what we're going to have a go at.
Yeah.
So it feels like there's going to be some time put into that.
Possibly.
But I'm going to have time, hopefully.
Yeah.
So awesome. Game Dev Tycoon.
Yeah. It's on Netflix. We'll give it a go.
I'll give it a go. I'll get it downloaded and I'll play it for 2 weeks and we'll see what we feel like when we come back.
Perfecto
Indeed. Right. We're about 50 minutes in. Shall we quickly run through the top 10s
Sure.
on Netflix? Current top 10 films in the UK are, in reverse order as always, number 10, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
Now, we've not done the charts for, I think, about three or 4 weeks.
Yeah, it's been a few weeks.
I'm sure this was in the charts then. If it wasn't, it was another Matthew McConaughey.
I can't say
early 2000s romantic
It wasn't this, but it was another one. You're right, there was one, but it wasn't this.
Was it Failure to Launch?
No.
It was a Sarah Jessica Parker one. This is Kate Hudson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't this one, but you're right, there was one. He's having a resurgence in Netflix viewing at the moment in the UK. Number 9 is Anna.
Okay.
Any ideas?
Some sort of hit lady.
Yeah, she is, I think.
Yeah.
I think it had a cinematic release, that one. Number 8 is The Railway Children Return.
Yeah, the sequel.
The sequel.
A lot like Batman Returns. It's a lot darker than the first one.
Number 7, Minions: The Rise of Gru.
Always a minion in the
chart.
chart.
Minion in the charts. Number 6, The Union.
So, we briefly considered watching this the other week.
Right.
And then didn't.
Why?
Because I don't really like Mark Wahlberg.
Okay, fair.
And neither does my wife.
Cool.
I'm sure it is absolutely bang average.
Yeah, 100% it will be. Definitely. Number 5 is Beetlejuice, the original one. We've both watched that. We both contributed to that. Number 4 is The Vault.
I might watch this at some point.
What is this?
It's Freddie Highmore. It's a heisty bank vault heist movie. Said
Cool.
heist too many times.
Okay.
I think they do a heist in Spain.
Cool. Okay. Number 3, Mother's Instinct.
Okay.
Any ideas?
Anne Hathaway's in it.
She is.
Being
Did you
a
just
mother.
get that off the poster?
Yeah.
Number 2 is The Deliverance.
This is Glenn Close in a horror movie.
Yes, it is.
And I keep seeing clips of her saying some quite fruity things.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
I think there might be some sort of possession involved.
Interesting.
So you'll check it out at some point.
Probably, yeah. Number 1 is Rebel Ridge, as previously mentioned.
Sure.
Very green movie poster we've got there.
Yeah, it is got a bit of a green tint to it. I had an eye test this week.
Okay.
And
How did that
I
go?
decided to have some sunglasses.
Yeah.
This is one of my pale glasses. And I had to try the tints out.
I had to do that.
I went for brown. 'Cause
Yeah,
that's
mine are
what
brown.
my last ones were.
Hmm.
How'd it go? It went fine.
Good.
I've not had an eye test. I'm well overdue
Right.
for like 5 years. And I'd got slightly worse, but not much
Okay.
on my distance. And I still don't need reading glasses.
Awesome. Congratulations. I do need reading glasses, but I never wear them.
You read like this.
Yeah. It's just too much hassle taking these ones off and putting different ones on. And then they said, "Do you want varifocals?" I was like, "No, I'm not 80." So they're in my desk drawer at work, and I've never put them on once. And they're the best glasses, the nicest ones.
Yeah.
But I'm never going to wear them. Anyway, TV in the UK. Are you ready for this?
Sure.
Season 4 of Brassic is at number 10.
Okay, I've watched some more of Brassic.
Thoughts?
Really
Still
enjoy it.
enjoying
I
it?
think 2 seasons we've watched over
Okay.
the last few weeks.
Well, if you want to get to season 3, that's number 9 in the charts
Okay.
currently. Number 8 is Emily in Paris, season 4.
As we are recording, I think part 2 of season 4 has dropped today.
Oh, is it? Okay. So that might be higher up the charts next week. Season 2 of Brassic is at number 7. And season 1 of Brassic is at number 6. Brassic.
It's got it on lockdown.
Number 5 is The Nobody Zone, interview with an Irish serial killer.
Season 1.
Season
It's far
1.
too long a title.
That is too long a title. And it implies there's going to be more seasons. How much is
It's
this?
11 words.
How much has this guy got to talk
I
about?
don't know.
How many serials has he killed? Number 4, Selling Sunset, season 8.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what it is. Number 3 is Chaos.
So I haven't watched this. This is the
I've
sort
heard good
of...
things about this.
See, my wife watched the first 2 episodes, didn't like it.
Oh, really?
She thought she'd watched 1 episode that was really long.
Just blink over the next episode. What is it? What's the premise?
To my knowledge, it is retellings of Greek myths and mythology.
Right.
Jeff Goldblum plays one of the gods. I'm not sure which one.
Okay.
And yeah, my wife didn't like it, so there you go.
Interesting.
She's not going back.
Fair. Can't fault her. Number 2, Worst Ex Ever, season 1.
This is like the spin-off of Worst Roommate Ever.
Is exactly that. And number 1 is the Perfect Couple limited series.
This is Nicole Kidman's new show, isn't it?
Is it?
I think so, yeah.
TV show?
Yeah.
What's the
I don't know.
What's going on in this
Don't
poster?
ask me no further questions, because that is all I've got for you.
There's 7 people on a beach, and there's some crime scene identifiers along the beach.
They're all
also.
well too.
Oh, is it that one where the body washes up at a beach at a wedding?
We
talked about it a few weeks ago.
Did we? Okay. I was going to... Oh, and what's coming in fall?
Yes. They're at a wedding, and a body washes up on the beach, and nobody knows who it is.
I'm glad they're at a wedding, because I was just going to say none of them are wearing appropriate attire to go to the beach. You are not making any sandcastles wearing that shit.
Very true. They're also not like sandy or wet
or paying attention to those crime scene markers.
I want to say, or even on a beach in that picture.
I've never been near a beach.
No. Right. Should we just quickly do films and TV in a random country of
Sure.
our choosing? Tell me when to stop.
Stop.
Hong Kong.
Okay.
Number 10 is Magic Mike's Last Dance.
Okay. What's the
Hong Kong?
What's the Hong Kong pronunciation?
I can't speak Hong Kongish. Number 9 is Sniper Legacy.
There's loads of those sniper movies.
Yeah, there are. There was a couple sneaked onto our long list, but I took them off.
Dennis Haysbert.
Too many. Number 8 is White House Down.
Well, but how young do both of them look in
They
that?
do look, and it's not that old.
Channing Tatum and
I've seen White
Jamie
House Down.
Foxx.
Have you seen White House Down? It came out at exactly the same time as Olympus Has Fallen, which is
I always
film.
get them confused.
Yeah,
because
the same film.
It's the Olympus ones, the ones that had like trilogies.
Yes,
it's London
Has Fallen and
something
else. Whereas this one, I think White House Down only had the one.
Oh, okay,
but it's exactly the same premise.
Crazy.
Number 7, The Union. We just spoke about. Number 6 is Agent Game.
That's old Mel Gibson.
Really old. Look at him. He looks like a...
Got a bit of Clarkson around.
He looks like he's
about
out of Beetlejuice. Number 5, Sniper Ghost Shooter.
Cool.
Can't shoot a ghost.
Billy Zane.
Can't shoot a ghost.
Can.
You'd miss. Number 4, Sniper Ultimate Kill.
Oh, they love the sniper movies.
Why do they love the sniper movies so much? Billy Zane in that one as well?
Yep. He's got a beard though.
Oh yeah.
And Tom Berenger.
Number 3 is The Intern.
Sure. That's a movie. Robert De
De
Niro.
Niro.
Anne Hathaway. Anne Hathaway's popping up a lot.
She is. Number 2 is The Deliverance.
Sure.
And number 1 is Rebel Ridge.
Nice.
So the top 2 are the same. TV in a different country.
Yeah.
Tell me when to stop. Slovakia.
Love to go to Slovakia.
Me too. Baby Fever season 2 is
I've not seen the
Slovakia.
Not seen the first season.
Nor me. The wrong person has got the dummy in its mouth. Number 9, The Rocky season 5.
Nathan Fillion's done a lot of shows, hasn't he?
Nathan Fillion works a lot, doesn't he? Number 8, Outlast season 2.
Yeah, there you go.
That's the first time that's charted.
It has, yeah.
Okay, I've got a bit of an idea of what's going on now. I've seen a photo. Number 7, Selling Sunset season 8. Number 6, The Accident season 1.
Someone's lost their balloon. I mean, it feels like that is a slim premise.
Looks like the second half of an It movie.
Yeah, there's just
a Hallmark.
There's just a red balloon floating off.
Balloon floating
4
off.
sad people.
Number 5, Emily in Paris season 4. Number 4 is Breathless season 1.
Okay.
Any ideas what Breathless
No,
is?
I'm going
drama.
Hospital drama.
Number 3, Worst Hex Ever. Number 2, Chaos. And number 1, The Perfect Couple.
There you go.
But they're all doing well in the charts.
big stuff does well everywhere.
Does indeed. Right, I think that's enough for this show. What do you think?
I think that's enough for this
show. You
show.
enjoyed it?
I have enjoyed it.
Yeah? Had a good time?
Yeah.
Good, I'm glad.
Yeah.
Hope everybody else has too. Thursday.
Thanks for having me.
You're always welcome, you know this. Thursday.
Yes.
Back here.
Yes.
For
a movie. We
Barely
will
Dreaming.
talk about Barely Dreaming.
We will indeed.
And then we're off for a week.
Then we're having a week off. Then we'll be back.
We will.
With the movie show. No. With Bottom of the Stream with Adam and Nick. We'll be back a week on Monday.
Yeah.
The movie show will be here on Thursday. And then we'll be back a week on Thursday.
Correct.
All the admin's done. All you've got to do is just keep an eye on your feeds and we'll be there when we're there.
We sure will.
Cool. Right. Let's get out of here. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Do all the things. Subscribe. Ding the bell. Whatever you do. Tell your nan. And then bye.
Cheers.
Bye.